Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Full Court Press podcast. I'm Connor Rourke here with Peter Alexandro, Brennan Grubberg, and Kieran Alexandro. And guys, how are you feeling? What's the excitement level looking like today?
Dude, I'm excited, man. We've been planning this thing for a minute. And I don't know, dude. I mean, excited to get into it. We did a little test run yesterday, and that worked out really well. So I'm hoping today goes a lot better.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. This is the brainchild. This is my brainchild. I got all the guys I knew who love ball. I got them together. So I'm ready to talk
Absolutely.
talk basketball and football.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get this going, man. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I think I'm clearly gonna emerge as the people's favorite after the show. It's not gonna take very long. So
This guy gassed himself up too much.
you know,
Way too
I
much.
think it'll
All
be
the
good.
confidence.
I think it'll be good.
I think
He's got
it's
the
also
YouTube
important to
prowess.
note. Yeah, Jerry Legpiece. But I think it's important to note that it's not always going to be over Zoom. We just wanted to get this thing like up and running,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it will hopefully be in person sooner rather than later.
Another
Oh,
thing to
yeah.
mention, is that every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m., you can catch Kieran on the radio with a co-host for his segment that is also talking about the same stuff that we would talk about here. And Brendan has his YouTube channel, Jerry Legpiece, that you guys can support. It's great basketball content. He puts a lot of effort into it, and I know that you guys will enjoy it. So, guys, we've all been fans of the games since we were kids. And while we're all from the same place, we don't all like the same teams. So, Pete, why are you a fan of the teams that you're a fan of?
Yeah, so I'm a huge Knicks fan and a huge Mets fan. That stems a lot from my dad. He's from Queens. So just recently I've gotten a lot more into baseball and that's been really fun, but the Knicks is really where I love watching basketball, and it's been a lot more fun recently because they are getting a lot better. So, you know, Carmelo really got me into it, but then now, like they were bad for a while. Now they're getting back into the playoffs. It's exciting. This year they're off to a hot start, new coach. So, yeah. And the football side of things, I'm a Jaguars fan. A little random. Uh,
This guy picked
so
a team
yeah,
2 years ago.
yeah, it is very recent. Just like baseball.
Bandwagon.
Yeah. Just like
The
baseball, it
Jets
is
are
very
not
recent.
good.
No, they're not
They were
good
good when he
anymore.
started liking them.
Seventh seed in the AFC playoff picture right now.
Frauds.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they suck.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They just too many injuries and stuff. But yeah, Jack's on the football side of things, but I'm a huge T. Higgins fan, so that's something to be happy about. He's always playing well. But
Big
yeah,
game,
I'll
dude.
throw
I'm
it
trying
over
to trade
to
from in fantasy.
yeah, I'll throw it over to Kieran.
So for those of you who don't know, Peter is my brother. So I'm also a Knicks
Same
fan.
last name here.
Got a little Brunson Burner action. He's playing well. Knicks on a roll. Mike Brown's coming in, setting the tone, playing more guys. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, Mets fan as well. Like Pete, get into baseball. It's I would say out of the three sports, it's my third on the totem pole with baseball, basketball, football. And then like Pete, I diverge from the New York, but I do go to Detroit. And that was also 2 years ago.
Bro, come on.
That's a little bit more bandwagon.
No, seriously.
Okay. So this was, I guess, 2023 now. And I'm like not into football at all. I'm getting into, we started a dynasty league. So I'm like, shit, dude, I need a team to root for. And I was between the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. And the Jets had just gotten Aaron Rodgers. And everyone's like, oh, yo, like they're going to be the best team in the league, whatever. I don't know. They're going to run with whatever the AFC. And then he tears his ACL 5 minutes into the season, but I didn't know that was going to happen. So I'm like, I don't want to be a bandwagon. The Lions are frisky. They just went 9-8. They had a solid draft. Jaw Gibbs. They got Laporte in that draft. Brian Branch. I think Jack Campbell's in that draft too. And I was just like, shoot, man, these guys are young, 9-8, frisky, and they end up going 12-5 and then 15-2, and they're the team they are now. So I'm pretty happy about it, dude.
I lucked.
I mean, you're a big Dan Campbell guy too, so I'll give you that. You were always a fan of Dan Campbell. So.
Yeah.
So, Brad, what about you?
Shall I go next? All right.
Please.
Yeah, so my sports fandom journey kind of began when I was like 8 years old. Before that point, I was like it was kind of the one thing differentiating me and my brother. It was like, I'll do everything like my brother, but I'm not a sports fan. He's a big sports guy. Then I don't know what really the turning point was there, but I basically inherited all my teams from my parents, my dad, basically mainly. That being, I guess if we're talking about the three sports we're going to cover on here, that being the New York Giants in the NFL, the New York Yankees in the MLB, and for the NBA, it's not that my dad and brother weren't fans of the sport; they just didn't really have one like big team to root for. And so that left 8-year-old me on my own to make a choice. And a choice I did make. I'm a Washington Wizards fan. They're probably the most beloved of my teams. They're probably the team I am most plugged into, which, you know, take that at face value. But no, I
They
wouldn't
suck.
trade it for the world. I love the Wizards. They suck right now, but I got confidence in the future of the team. And yeah, I really wouldn't. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't. I don't think. So those are my teams. I'm excited to I hope we keep this show long enough to where all those teams are doing well
BC
eventually.
Hoist Larry O'Brien. That's
Yep.
where you want to be.
Never
Or
gonna
the New York
happen.
Giants, I wasn't a fan yet last time they won the Super Bowl. So I was about I think it was 5 or 6 years old. So not quite in my memory, or at least in my emotional memory. So still searching for that one too.
Ro, what
So
about you,
basically, all
brother?
of us, basically all
Yeah,
of us are
so
like Phantom of
Yeah,
Doom and Despair.
that's true.
for the most part, except for me, I feel like at least for two of the three teams that I
Yeah,
support,
yeah.
uh, grew up grew up Celtics fan. My dad, big Celtics fan in the '80s when Larry Bird was there. His dad loved the Celtics in the early days of the NBA, so I just kind of carried that on. And Isaiah Thomas was the first guy that kind of got me into basketball. My favorite player of all time. And then similarly in baseball, Red Sox guy, dad bought a lot of Red Sox cards for me growing up, and just kind of always loved the team. Kind of went away from them for a while, but the 2021 team was fun. And then this past season was a lot of fun too. And we have a great future. And then in football, I'm a big Bengals fan. That's my similarly to Grud. When his out of market team is his favorite, that's how it is for me. I'm the diehard Bengals fan. Started in Madden Mobile. I liked their colors. I didn't have a football team. I said, why not root for AJ Green? The 86 overall, Madden Mobile 16, loved him. And then it's just been ever since then, I've been a Bengals fan. And 2021 got me really happy. And it's been rough since then. It's
You
been pretty
know,
rough.
I was thinking about that recently, and like I might have said it to you, but I was just like, wait, like the Cincinnati Bengals, like they made the Super Bowl like 4 years ago. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that
Yeah.
like it's just weird. Like the Bengals were in the playoffs. I think the NFL year over year changes the most out of any sport. I mean,
Absolutely.
Such a
because
crazy turnover.
injury, it's a short
Yeah,
season. Injuries can really impact teams like that much, as well as, it's hard to keep a roster year by year by year because there's a hard cap, and if you got too good of a team, you can't retain all of those guys. I'm learning that right now in my Atlanta Falcons Madden 26 franchise mode. We got like a god squad, but I just can't keep all these guys. So I'm trying to find alternate ways. I had to trade Michael Penix after like the best season of all time, but that's for
Dude,
another day.
it's funny talking about that champion the Super Bowl game because we were at I guess Greg, maybe you weren't there, but P and I were at Rose House for
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
Oh, that
You
must
know,
have
that
been
was a
that was so
devastating day
brutal,
for
dude.
him.
That
Oh
was
God.
I was
poor
staring at the TV
kid.
long after you guys left. That was
That's
rough. That was
yeah.
rough. And then the following year, you guys were there to witness us lose to the Chiefs too.
Yep.
That was
Those
brutal.
are
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Chiefs.
brutal.
I
Joseph
forgot they
Especially
made it
Asai.
because
back the
I
next
know.
year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man.
so that was 2022 season they made it back. Did
Yep.
in
Started.
23, that was the year like Burrow got hurt and they
That was
missed
the
the
wrist.
playoffs?
That was the
Yeah,
wrist.
so they
Yeah.
didn't make the playoffs that year.
Yep. That was
Since
He's
Brownie's
then,
injured like every
resurgence.
year now.
it's barbecue chicken from
It's so
there.
sad.
It's every other year that man is just injured.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, now's a great time to mention it. Number 9 is coming back week 13 against the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't think
No,
it matters.
Lamar will
Dude,
scrap him.
Dude, the defense is just that bad that I think no matter who's if you had, I mean, Burrow's what, a top 3, 4, 5 quarterback when healthy. I think you could have
absolutely.
Mahomes, Tom Brady. You take your pick. They're not winning games. The defense is just that bad.
Oh my
And
God,
this
yeah.
is where you guys are gonna let me go on a rant real quick. Joe Burrow comes back. We have 2 games before he comes back. And if we split those games, we're sitting pretty still. Because if Burrow can go 2-1 in the 3 toughest games, 2 against Baltimore, 1 against Buffalo, and win the 3 that we should to end the season, 9-8 could just be enough to win the AFC North this year. And that's where my fandom comes in and my bias. But I truly believe that the AFC North has been a bad division in football this year due to Lamar Jackson's injury. But if we can beat the Ravens one time, there's a chance. That's all I'm going to say.
What
There's
are
a
they
chance.
right now?
Currently 3-6.
But
So if we lose 2 games to end the year and finish 9-8,
is
there's a
it
chance.
true that you shed a tear after they lost to the Jets?
It's 100% true.
What about
That's what the group chat was
It's
saying.
100% true.
what about
That was a
Colston
terrible
Loveland
day.
game?
Oh
Didn't
my
shed a
gosh.
tear. Did not shed a
Yeah.
tear, but I was.
God.
I think I
yelling
was.
at
I was
my
playing
screen.
Caleb Williams in fantasy. I mean,
Well, I think on the one end it was the Colson Loveland game, and on the other end it was the Roma Dunze donut.
Yeah,
Like,
same
that's
game.
horrible.
They
It
put
was
up
ridiculous,
40.
man.
They put up 47 points, and Adunze had 0 touches. It was unbelievable.
Like, how is that possible?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
no, Ro,
This is dangerous,
I'd
man.
like to believe for you because I want you to be happy, but like the Ravens, they're 4-5 now. Lamar's getting back to fully healthy, and their schedule for the end of the year is not that hard. So I don't know
it
how
is true.
like the Ravens, whatever, they're 4-5, so losing 3 more games would put them at the same record as what you want the Bengals to get to, 9-8. So I
If
like
we
that
have
is
that
possible.
tiebreaker, if we win more divisional games,
Yeah, but
Bengals are already 2-0 in the division.
You got to think about old
Yeah.
man Rodgers over there too, with him and Tomlin over at the Steelers, man. Him, Tomlin, and Caleb Johnson.
Like
Oh,
it
it's
is
possible,
guaranteed.
but they're so streaky. I mean, after
It's
this last
guaranteed that they
week,
go 9-8.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So if they go
it's-
9-8, if Lamar and the Ravens go 9-8, and those guys go 9-8, your Bengals, and then the Browns went
It's-
out. I mean, come on, they can go 10-7 if they don't.
I mean-
win a game.
I mean, once Shador gets put in,
Give him the
You're
keys
not-
to the offense.
you're not gonna
It's-
even think about the playoffs. You're gonna be looking for second place. So
You don't,
it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, baby.
it's disgusting that Dylan Gabriel is a NFL quarterback. He's horrible, absolutely terrible.
Horrible.
Excuse me, sorry,
dude, he's
Greg.
just short, man. He's just short. Come on, cut him
I
some
mean,
slack.
he can't throw the ball over like 20 yards.
Dude,
Like,
it's
His
depressing.
completion
The second
percentage is unbelievably terrible too.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's the
usually
thing. The
those
second he tries
guys
to throw
would
it
at
more than-
least be like accurate, like Tua. He's not like dynamic,
Yeah.
but he could at least. To be fair, it's not like Dylan Gabriel has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle as Tua did in his peak years, but nor that Tua is good. But I know that's kind of a comparison. They're both short lefty quarterbacks from Hawaii. Who
Yeah, also
That's
the last
typically
thing-
comparison.
The last thing to touch upon in the NFC North before we move on is the Ravens defense has looked a lot better in the last 3 weeks. So I think that's also something to look at where the defense was holding the back a lot. Obviously, that first game against the Bills, like that defensive collapse. And
For sure.
every other week they're giving up like 30 plus points. So recently they've gotten a lot better. And with Lamar coming back, I think I don't know, that team's going to be really hard to beat. And I think they're going to have a better record than 9-8.
Well, it opens up everything too, right? I mean, like with Derrick Henry, you saw his efficiency kind of trailed off. He wasn't as good, and they were without that fullback too. I don't know what the hell his name is, but
Ricard,
When that
Ricard,
guy-
yeah.
Ricard.
yeah, sure.
Harvard guy.
Um,
I'm pretty sure.
When he came back, you saw Henry play better, and then Lamar's back. Henry's playing, so it's just like I don't know. It opens up everything. If the run game's going, then Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman are getting open downfield. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, those guys. So I don't know.
Yeah, Andrew's been great in the red zone, so
Yeah.
that
This
offense is
is
good.
Unless
this is
it's the
breaking my heart to
playoffs.
hear.
Just
Mark
piling
Andrews
on him.
being Mark Andrews being good in the red zone reminds me of Grud in our dynasty league. So for those of you that don't know, Grud is tanking in our dynasty league, and he had Jake Ferguson as his tight end. And when Virgo was going crazy with all those touchdowns, he just kept every week in the league, all caps, paragraphs, messages. If you guys want an all-star tight end, all pro, who's the number one target in that offense, get Jake Ferguson. And he finally got off of
I got a
Dak
good deal. I
Prescott's
got a good
favorite red
deal.
zone target.
I got a great deal, man. I was doing like the ask really high so that like you can lower the offer. So I'd be like 2 first-round picks, which if you don't play Dynasty for fantasy, that's a lot. What I ended up getting was Tyjae Spears and 2 third-round picks, which like might seem modest at first. I think Tyjae Spears, he I think he's gonna be a guy who's gonna be RB1 soon enough. If not this season, then in the future. He's significantly younger than Tony Pollard. I think he's better than Tony Pollard. And then third-round picks, that just gives me more chances to get the next Puka Nakua, Bucky Irving, whoever, Oronde Gadsden the second, whoever it may be,
Yeah, I
man.
mean, yeah, but I mean, what's RB1 in that offense if not an RB4 for fantasy?
Yeah, they no,
Very
they
true.
need
Those
an O
guys
line
suck.
before you start. Yeah.
Well,
Oh man,
something.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is
What are you gonna
something.
do?
But listen, fellas, the NFL season is slowly coming to an end. We just reached the halfway point. So
It's crazy.
the MVP talks have been heating up recently, and it seems to be a three-man race between Taylor, Stafford, and May. Who do you guys believe is going to win the MVP this year? Let's start with you, Kieran.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, right? The last time a running back won MVP was 2012 AP, right? Ran for 2,000 yards. If Saquon Barkley didn't win MVP last year, I just don't see it, man. Like there's no way he wins it. So I immediately, my brain, as much as I love the season he's having, the touchdowns he's putting up, right, the numbers he's putting up, it's amazing. Um, he's making Daniel Jones look like this amazing quarterback who
Top
maybe
five
Daniel Jones
guy.
is this amazing quarterback, but I think a lot of that is JT helping him out, right? So I would really say the narrative might be Drake May here, man. At least where me and Grud are at. Grud and I are both in Massachusetts, right? Oh, and so are you, Ro.
I am, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. The buzz around me is, oh, Drake May's brought us back.
Yeah.
They didn't even have to wait like 3 years before or
Too
whatever.
soon, man.
Yeah, it's
It's
way
too
too
soon.
soon
Yeah.
Like
since
they
Tom
need
Brady.
it's got
So
to be at least 2035. Look at the Chicago Bulls. Like
yeah,
there's
exactly.
I mean, the Chicago Bulls, this is off topic. They're not here now, but it's been years since they had MJ. Go on.
No, exactly. So I don't know. My money's on Drake May. Just he's this young gun, narratives around him. Stafford, I guess, is on the entire other end of the spectrum, right? He's this old guy, kind of gritty, known for, gunslinging the ball, all this stuff. So I do think, Matt Stafford has a chance, man. But my money's on Drake May.
Yeah, if I were to choose right now, I think I'd go Stafford. I mean, just looking at his last three games, it's been at least 180 yards, four plus touchdowns in each game, and he was without Puka for a couple games this season, and he's still been very good. They've won the last four games, so you know I like Stafford. He looks great this year. I like the Rams for the rest of the season too. I think they're going to finish a top, I don't know, one or two seed. I mean, as long as the Seahawks also look good, so they couldn't even. There's a chance they don't even win that division. But I like the way
Yeah.
Stafford looks right now. It really sucks that JT probably won't win because he's having an electric season. I think if he can beat Tomlinson's touchdown record, maybe he has a chance. But I mean, he's
A
so
heavy
electric this
task.
season. He's carrying this offense. Like Daniel Jones, I'll give him respect. He's having a great season in his own right. But JT, like we saw in the Steelers game, like when Daniel Jones has to carry a load by himself when he has to play from behind. He's not the same guy.
He has
Dude,
five
he's
So
turnovers.
horrible.
Five
Yeah,
yeah, he
turnovers
he's
has
to
five
the
horrible when he's
embarrassing
turnovers.
playing from
loss.
behind.
Yes, and I also think Shane Steichen is masking a lot of Daniel Jones' deficiencies, but let's not take credit away from Daniel Jones. He's having a resurgence. But yeah, Drake May also is having, like Kieran said, having a great season. He has a lot of buzz because he brought the Patriots team back from the depths. Way too soon, but he brought them back. And yeah, but I like Stafford this year. Just he's absolutely electric.
I
Yeah.
think. Oh, sorry. Can I?
No, I just to jump in, Greg, just to your point earlier, where you're like, football is just year over year the biggest change. Like the Patriots sucked last year; they were
Yeah.
horrible.
It's true.
And then they make these offseason changes, bring in Milton Williams, bring in I forget who the hell else they brought in. But anyway, Drake May has this big, Stephon Diggs. Drake May has this big resurgence, and he's bringing them back. So yeah, I think year over year, to your point, Greg, things change, man.
Yeah, well, also that year-over-year improvement is because they were bad last year in a way. Because the Patriots, look, they're having a good season. They also have the easiest schedule in football, let's be real.
It's
And
true.
they're tied for the best record in the AFC right now. I don't think they have the tiebreaker for the bye. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think Drake May, look, he's an incredible player. He's having an incredible season. I think if he keeps up at this pace and the Patriots finish as like the number one seed in the AFC, I think he'll get MVP. As far as Matthew Stafford goes, I don't know what the rest of the Rams schedule looks like. If the Rams are, a number one seed, which who knows, the NFC doesn't look too contested right now, then maybe he can come away with the MVP. I think 25 touchdowns to two interceptions, especially with the way that Matthew Stafford plays. I think it's pretty bold to say that'll carry over like over the second half of the season and he'll finish with like 40 to 4. But if he does, that's also an incredible stat line. So I think it'll come down to those two guys. And we also got to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Let's not act like the Chiefs can't
Patrick
go.
It's
Mahomes.
true.
If the Chiefs
The guy.
finish 7-1 or something, Mahomes is right there and he could very easily take it. Same probably goes for Josh Allen. So
Yeah.
as much as I'd like for it to be those top two guys, anything can happen. We're halfway through the season.
And maybe Terry McLaurin comes back. And he puts up some numbers. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
See,
no,
for
Ro,
me,
what do
for
you
me
see here?
personally, I just have to read this Jonathan Taylor stat for you guys. He
Let's hear
has
it.
5 games with 3 touchdowns. That is more than the Falcons, Browns, Panthers, Broncos, Vikings, Giants, Jets, Chargers, Texans, Raiders, 49ers, Saints, and Titans. I
He
don't know
didn't
how
say
many
the
Those
games
teams-
that
Jaguars.
was.
He didn't
teams
say the
suck.
Jaguars.
Those
Didn't
teams
say the
suck.
Jaguars. Those teams suck for the most part.
No, no, there's some good teams in there.
Broncos are
Broncos are
8-2,
good.
Chargers 7-3,
Yeah.
Niners are 6-4. The Giants have a good offense sometimes,
Dude.
but listen, that stat shows just how valuable Taylor is for the Colts, offensively speaking. Without him, when he's shut down in that Steelers game, the Colts are a non-factor. They are nothing to where they are when Taylor plays. I think that when it comes to the award being value, he's that guy this year.
Yeah.
But it's also an interesting idea that if there was the like Heisman in the NFL, like the most outstanding player, then that would go to Taylor. But the way that they value the quarterback position, Stafford is that guy for me. In his past 6 games, he's had a 20-0 touchdown interception ratio, and he's 37 years old, having the best year of his career. Like this Rams team is 7-2. The Seahawks are also good, but I think the Rams are going to sneak out the NFC West, possibly even the entire NFC. And that offense that the Rams have is undeniably top 5 in football, maybe top 3. They're unbelievable. And Stafford is the guy that leads the helm. I think that if it were to be a quarterback, my pick is Stafford, but the fun pick to me is Taylor.
Yeah.
I also think with Stafford as just like a casual fan or like a fan of fantasy football more than anything, right? It's like just his ability to make every important position player, like skill position player, get fantasy points is ridiculous. Like Kyron Williams is an RB, like 1 fringe RB2, right? You got Puka, who's amazing, on track to have this amazing season up there with JSN before he got injured. Devontae Adams is having this career resurgence under Matthew Stafford, or career resurgence, but fantasy resurgence under Matt Stafford. So this is very impressive. Just as, a fan of fantasy football, you love having guys on Matt Stafford's team because he's going to give them the rock. They're going to score, man. He's moving the chains. I love it.
Absolutely, he is. And that's what he's been doing, honestly, his whole career. He doesn't get the respect he deserves, but I'm glad that he's finally shining through right now.
Yeah, you know better than anyone.
Oh, well, actually, that was before my days. Let's go on. Let's move segments. Let's move segments.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that we can go on to the first keep 3, cut 5 that we have planned to kind of close off the NFL talk that we have planned for this episode. So I came prepared with 8 names, and the names are all quarterbacks that are 25 years old and younger. Yeah. So if you guys are unfamiliar with how this game works, there's 8 names that I have here, and the guys are picking 3 to keep and 5 to cut, but they don't know who's coming next. So in this keep 3, cut 5, your first name up is Bryce Young.
Oh, dude, cut. Can we cut Bryce Young?
Wait, are we deciding collectively, or do we take turns?
Yeah.
It's
2 or 3.
Collectively.
Yeah, majority.
Yep.
Okay,
sadly, I'm gonna say cut, but he's doing fine right now.
He's like 5 and 5,
below average, kind of in spite of him. From what I've seen, like he's not.
Yeah. He's doing what he needs to. Bro.
He's a starter level,
Yeah, he's no franchise guy, which you draft him over CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
because I think CJ Stroud's another name that's gonna be on this list, and I would rather have CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, so we're cutting Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So now your second name, Trevor Lawrence, Pete's faithful.
That's tough.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence kind of sucks, dude.
This year he's pretty bad.
Trevor Lawrence is kind of ass. Dude, last year, come on.
I think this year he's just he's having problems getting in sync with his receivers. Brian Thomas is having a bad year. I think some of that is Trevor Lawrence, but yeah, I mean, I think this is a cut, sadly, because I think there are 3 more guys that you can name that are better than him. But
yeah, I'm trying to think of QBs under 25. Wait, he can give us Jaden Daniels, who I'd rather have.
Low-key, I don't know if Jaden Daniels is under 25.
Oh,
I think he's 24.
He's old.
I think he's 24. I thought he was. If we were doing quarterbacks 45 and over, he'd give us Bo Nix, and Rodgers. All right. I think I'm cutting T-Law as well. I'm not.
I think this is a cut as well.
Sadly,
I think T-Law. You guys are. He turns 25 this season.
That's
your next name up. A guy that it's his first year as a starter this year due to injury his rookie year. JJ McCarthy.
Okay.
Thank God. Get him out of here.
Dude, we're gonna just have a list of 8 cuts, man. I don't really like JJ either.
You don't want to keep JJ either?
This is sad. We should have taken Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
Kieran, you spoke too soon, my friend.
Dude, you cut your own guy. You could have fought for it.
I had to listen to what you said.
It was a 3-0 cut Lawrence. It was 3-0 cut Lawrence.
Yeah, you didn't even put up a fight.
That's a playoff winning quarterback.
Yeah, JJ has shown flashes, but I mean, he's still a little reckless in his throws. I think
I'd rather have Shedeur Sanders.
Beat the line. Kieran, he beat your Lions.
He did beat my Lions. I'm so pissed. I was so pissed about that. But I don't think that was as much him as it was Brian Flores in the defense.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I would cut him, but I guess I could see no
argument. And then
let's move on.
Fine, cut.
Cutting him.
Cred's not a fan, I guess.
You guys have cut the first. You guys have cut the first 3 names on the list so far.
That's why we get 5 cut slots for a reason.
Your 4th name is this past year's number 1 overall pick, Mr. Cameron Ward.
That's tough.
Oh my God. We have to cut Cam Ward. We have to cut him.
We should have taken JJ. We should have taken JJ.
No. This is about right now.
Guys,
Right?
This is
Cam's
right
guy
now.
that
This is
passed us by,
horrible.
we should have
Yeah,
taken.
I mean, we have to cut Cam Ward too.
Dude,
You
bro, I didn't realize there were
could-
this many shooting quarterbacks under 25.
Gosh.
All right,
You said
but
Drake May is under 20. Say his name, please.
can we do this from Cam Ward's perspective? So I want to bring up my top 4 wide receivers in the NFL. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley. And for my last one, Traylon Burks.
Yo, he's a commander now.
Yeah, he's not even on the Titans, bro.
Nick
Yeah,
Westbrook.
I can't believe Cam Ward said.
He's a Dolphin.
Brian Dayball.
Oh, he just got cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shamir
Okay,
Davis.
so
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
you ever heard of that
yeah.
before? 4 cuts in a row.
Dude,
All
but I
right,
mean,
we're doing it.
to be fair to Cameron Ward, he kind of got thrown to the fire, right? Calvin Ridley
It's not a good
sucks.
situation.
Elike Ayomanor is
Horrible
an
coach,
amazing
too.
receiver who just
Shamir
they don't give him the
exactly.
ball.
Okay.
But I mean, the O line is horrible. Yeah, the OC, they just got to get rid of it.
What about DK? That's a good receiver.
Yeah, but I
For the
want
Titans.
Ayomanor to be better.
So you're cutting Cam
DK's
Ward
good
as
as well.
well. You guys might be in a tough spot here. I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
gonna give us
Should not
Dylan
have cut
Gabriel.
Lawrence.
He's
If
gonna
he
give
says
us
Dylan
Lamar.
Gabriel, we're
Yeah.
keeping him.
You guys might be in a tough spot here, but your next name is Mr. Drake May.
Oh, thank God.
Great. That's great, guys.
Cut,
That's
cut. We
a
can
lot
get
of-
better
this
names.
is
We can
great.
get better names.
That's an auto keep for you guys.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's gotta be.
as we talked about, MVP runner this year, leading the Patriots back to the glory. And your next name from the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Paints
that's
his
not bad.
nails. He paints his nails. It's Caleb Williams.
And that's completely fine. Yeah, let's keep him.
And he
was
does
that?
it fashionably.
What was that Bears backup who was like D2?
Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Bears, Tyson Bagent. I was ready for that.
Yeah.
I
He would have
remember
been a
watching-
keep, Grant. He would have
I
been a
remember
keep.
watching
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
game with Uncle Tony or something.
But yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams he's had a solid year. I would say out of this
No.
list, he's probably the second best quarterback.
Definitely. No, yeah, I think that's a good keep. Yeah.
So I mean, look, we're fine. We have one keep, one cut left going into the last
Yeah,
two. Man.
it's perfect.
Exactly. And this is where you guys make a decision. CJ Stroud is your next name.
Okay, so let's think.
So
If
there's a
he
chance-
can throw out. There's a good chance maybe Daniels is the next one, right?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
What about I don't even know what Michael Penix could be there. Actually, he might
Dart.
be 25.
Jackson Dart. I would probably take Jackson
I
Dart.
think I would rather have Stroud.
I'd rather have Dart.
Yeah, I mean, low key, bias aside, I think I would still rather have Stroud.
I mean,
But-
well, in that case, we keep
Would
him.
I-
You guys both. 'Cause
Yeah, let's think
it's
about that.
Like
Look,
Jaden Daniels
Williams-
is the only name.
Williams,
I really think
Stroud
Jaden
and Drake
Daniels
May.
is
That's
Is,
fine.
is Trey Lance still under 25?
This guy's
I
asking
was
the
a
right
Trey Lance
questions.
believer. I'll admit it.
I mean,
Wait,
yeah,
what
I
about
don't
Zach
know.
Wilson? Is Zach Wilson still on a roster?
Probably is.
He's on the
He was
Broncos.
so young.
He's on the Broncos, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I think we. Keep
I think
him.
it'd be
My vote is
foolish
keep.
not to take Stroud. Keep him.
Listen, I'm going to say cut because I think this last name is going to be Jaden Daniels.
Well, me and Greg say
But,
keep.
yeah.
So you're keeping CJ Stroud. So in the first keep 3, cut 5, you guys cut the first 4 names. You cut Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, JJ McCarthy, and Cam Ward. And then you kept 3 in a row. You said, I want Drake May, I want Caleb Williams, and I want CJ Stroud. But the last guy that you guys do not want is Commanders quarterback Jordan Lawrence.
Dude, I told you guys.
Let's-
know.
Okay, let's think about this logically, right? The best ability is availability.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Old
He
head
was a
ass
legendary
take.
rookie. And sure, CJ Stroud was a legendary rookie. But like JD, when he played this year, was
No,
solid.
no,
Like, he was
no.
better than
Okay.
CJ Stroud.
He was.
Yeah, we made a mistake. We made one mistake.
Big mistake.
I don't think it's that catastrophic. Daniels is definitely a tier
No.
above Stroud, but it is what it is.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Because
Shout out Gibbs Wade. Shout out Gibbs Wade.
Yeah.
Shout out
Commanders.
best receiver in the league.
You're not gonna
Terry
like that
Terry
one.
McLaurin.
One of the goats.
All right, guys. So I think that wraps it up here for the football part of the show tonight. And now we're gonna
Hey,
transition
Can
into.
I interject something?
Go ahead.
No.
Before we move on from football, hey Meat,
Yeah.
we made it, brother. Travion Henderson. What a day.
Oh my gosh. Vrabel had no choice.
Oh.
Vrabel had no choice
Oh.
but to play.
I thought he did because Ramondre Stevens is not dead. Like, I thought maybe he was going to have Ramondre take like 10 carries or something, because he hates
Like
Travion.
Like Grud said the other day, I'm surprised Antonio Gibson didn't get carries.
I heard someone said tore his ACL. I said, I know.
No, all jokes aside, I hope Antonio Gibson is progressing all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really amazing to see Travion. It was great to see Travion break out.
I was really scared that Vrabel was going to put on the pads himself and run a couple in.
He's that type of guy. He's like Dan Campbell.
He still got as many carries last week as like some random I had never even heard of.
Burrell Jennings, yeah.
He only got 14 carries, right?
No, Vrabel's an old school guy. He's definitely
he's an idiot.
Yeah,
he's 7-2, but he's an idiot.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
sure.
But
yeah,
and also Travion, he started the year off being an absolutely terrible pass blocker, but in college he showed flashes of like being great at that, and he has improved. So I think that's also going to help his case. And then this breakout. So I'm really looking forward to the coming weeks, especially next year. I have him in Dynasty fantasy football, so I hope Ramondre gets shipped off or something. I will never wish injury on anybody, but yeah.
They're about to give him the Saquon Barkley contract. They say, "Wow, this guy pass blocks so well, man. We got to give him the bag."
And just a final note, Pete, we haven't talked about this yet, but Travis Hunter is out for the remainder of the season with that ACL tear.
Really?
He underwent the surgery.
I didn't know he tore his ACL.
I think that came out earlier today.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Some sad stuff for the Jags, man.
Really sad stuff. He started to come out of his shell too, playing really well offensively and still being on the field defensively. I think he really can be one of the best talents in the league in the coming years.
He's a star, and I think this year, I think a lot of people thought with Liam Cohen coming in and going to get Travis Hunter that we were gonna make this playoff run, be a great team. And I think we're still in development of just being a good team. I think we're still in a rebuilding stage. So I think Trevor still has some ways to go. Brian Thomas still has a lot of development, as we could see. This defense still has a ways to go. So, and I think Liam Cohen needs time with this team just to get in the rhythm. So I think this year, obviously, we're all right now, 5-5. I think 5-5. So
5-4.
5-4. Excuse me. Yeah. So
did they have their first round pick? Did they trade that away to get Hunter?
Yes. Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
They traded a pick just to move up 3 spots. That's great.
Yeah, dude. At first,
I think
that's the price you pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter.
They did trade up for Travis Hunter, but the guy on the Browns that they could have gotten
Graham.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, he's also having a great year.
Shedeur Sanders.
So, yeah,
Miles
that is sad about Travis Hunter. Can't play the rest of his first season. That would have been good developing on both sides of the ball. But yeah, I think the Jaguars still have a ways to go before they are contenders.
We move.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so now we'll move over to your guys' preferred sport, basketball. Start talking about the NBA today. And the start of the season has been relatively different than what we expected. A lot of teams have been, or not even relatively. This season has been wild so far. The Detroit Pistons are 9-2 and number 1 in the East right now. It makes no sense. But what are your guys' most interesting opinions do you have about the way the East and West has shaped out so far?
Dude, I got to start here. I think the Pistons can consistently keep this up. I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I think the way they're playing, this is a team that is young and they're coming into their own. Cade Cunningham has been amazing in the pick and roll with Jalen Duren, and Jalen Duren has taken a huge step forward. Cade's playing all-NBA level. Duren is playing all-star level. On the fringes, on the periphery, you got guys like Asar Thompson, Ron Holland, freaking Duncan Robinson has played out of his mind. They've really come together to make a really good squad. It's sad that Malik Beasley couldn't be a part of this because I really feel like with Malik Beasley, this team would just be on another level because he was amazing for them last year. So I don't know. I think this is something they could keep up. Do I think they're going to be the number one seed in the East? Probably not, but I think they could keep a top three seed, pacing themselves with the Knicks, with the Cavaliers. So I'm excited, man. I mean, they just won a huge game against the Sixers the other day, which Cade won. Cade had a really good game in the fourth quarter, closed out really well, but the rest of the team really kind of brought them there. So yeah, I my money's on the Pistons to make a regular season run that I hope is not just a regular season run. I hope that they can make some noise in the playoffs as well.
And they're doing this all without Tobias Harris right now. He's been
Yeah,
injured
well,
for a few games.
Or Jaden Ivey.
yeah, it's
Jaden Ivey's
true.
also injured. Yeah, so I think when they get them back, they'll also be a lot better. But yeah, you touched on it, Kieran. Kate Cunningham is playing out of his mind. Jalen Duren is taking a big step forward. And just a little tidbit about Jalen Duren, his free throw shooting has gotten a lot better. He's shooting like
Yeah.
over 80% from the free throw line.
Yeah, I saw
Struggled
that.
with that last season, so I think it's a big thing as well. Just having a big guy that could shoot some free throws. But yeah, he's been playing at an all-star level.
And he might be the most ripped player in the
Oh
NBA.
my
Have you
God,
seen this
Oh,
guy, dude?
huge.
My
he's
goodness, it's
he's quite
crazy.
large. He's quite
Oh,
large.
I was watching the guys over at No Dunks the other day, and they were Taz Mellis referenced.
Otis Thorpe.
Uh, yeah, Otis Thorpe he did,
Yeah,
but he also
I
said
listened
check
to
him
the
out
same
without a
thing.
shirt, dude. Yeah, there's a picture with Jalen Durden without a shirt. It's crazy. I've never seen. It's like
That's
that
like
Marvin
going
Harrison
crazy.
picture from over the summer. It's like holy shit, dude. This guy's just like our dad was saying, he was just built like a brick shit house, man. The guy's just
Yeah,
like,
he's a grown man out there.
oh yeah,
Yeah, just some quick stats about the Pistons that I pulled up. I wanted to see just look at their team stats so far and look at the general like lucky indicators. Their 3-point percentage right now is 20th in the league, meaning they might not be the best shooting team, but also meaning they're not getting carried by uh, you know, outlier shooting numbers. Like for reference, the Rockets are shooting 43% from three right now. That's not going to carry over the whole year. Bulls are shooting 40%. That's not going to carry over the whole year. So that's a good sign that they're not shooting a great percentage from three and still doing this well. As well as that, they have a net rating of +5, which isn't great for like the first seed. There's quite a few teams ahead of them in that regard. Um, but they've got a top 5 defense in the league right now. I think that is conducive to at least regular season success. I'm not sure about how good they'll do in the playoffs, but I think they could, especially in this Eastern Conference, I think they could get a top 3 seed for sure. A lot of people pick the Hawks or the Magic to have those years, and I still think they can turn it around, but I think the Pistons look a clear step above those teams on both sides of the ball right now, and yeah, they look great. They just beat the Wizards last night, narrowly, I might add,
Heartbreaking loss.
very narrowly. Just had me questioning my life choices, to be honest. I was like, why did I watch that game? Like I was so pissed, but that's besides the point. The Wizards don't matter. We won't talk about them.
bro. What about you? I want to hear what you got. Hot takes in the NBA.
To talk about the Pistons, I was also going to mention the play of Cade and Duran and how they've just been on a whole nother level as a duo this year. And then something else I wanted to bring up to kind of we're staying in the Eastern Conference, but Ryan Rollins and AJ Green have been humongous needs that the Bucks have been like they've been needing players to step up. And Ryan Rollins and AJ Green have been absolutely filling in that role. And Giannis is playing. This is the best season of Giannis's career so far. He's off to the hottest start. Like I haven't seen a player this good since his first MVP season.
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
I'm
Yeah,
they
really
gave him.
I'm really
They,
high on the Bucks this year.
yeah, I agree with all of that. I'm glad you touched on Ryan Rollins. I was going to talk about him a little later, but the Bucks roster going into this season, I think a lot of people counted them out. They looked at the roster and they saw. I think casual NBA fans, they looked at the roster. They're like, "Oh, I don't know anybody on this team other than Giannis." But they are built pretty well. They have shooters around Giannis. They have Miles Turner, who's a nice rim protector, who hasn't really performed great to start the season, but it's neither here nor there. Ryan Rollins has stepped up. AJ Green's shooting the ball incredible, which that's what they need him to do. He just got a new contract. So I mean, like you said, Giannis is having this amazing season. Right now, he's my MVP pick. I mean, The Bucks are performing great. They're winning big games, and Giannis is just playing out of his mind. Right now, he's shooting the ball really well from three, which I don't think will carry over the whole season.
So
He's only having
hyper-efficient
I
right
mean,
like
what 1.6
two
attempts
attempts per
per
game.
game. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. That doesn't matter. It's
But
probably
no, when
like
you watch
6 for 16 or something. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but when you watch a Bucks game, I mean, he can do whatever he wants out there. Like he goes from one side to the other. He just gets the ball at the block, and he just so I think he's really hard to stop. They're shooting the ball really well, so they're a fun team to watch right now.
Yeah, and the game against the Mavericks last night, dude. I mean, it was insane. Well, one like towards the end of the game, final whatever 5 2 minutes, he just gets the ball. He's got I want to say it was Gafford on him, and he just takes a dribble, pulls up from three, and he hits it. And then one of the next possessions, he gets the ball in the deep post, gets triple teamed, gets through all of it, and finishes the layup. And the Mavs have to call a timeout. It was crazy. It was insane to watch. So I agree, he's amazing. I don't think he's going to be the MVP. I don't even think he'll finish top three in MVP voting, but I definitely think he's going to be amazing.
Who do you have in front of him? You have
It's going to be
Jokic,
SGA. It's going to be
Shea, Luka.
Jokic. And it's either going to be Luka or Wemby, man. I mean, that Spurs team, I think, is going to be a top two, top three seed. And I think it's going to be Wemby's going to have the narrative behind him. But yeah, I would prefer it to be Jokic because he had a 30-point triple-double last year and didn't win it. And he's doing similar stuff this year. But Shea, he's leading those guys to 10-1 without J-Dub. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't think Giannis, I don't think they're going to have the wins. I don't think they're going to have the seed because I think the Lakers are going to be good too. So I don't know. I think maybe Jalen Brunson might even get more MVP votes.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker for me. I'm a big Giannis guy, so I just threw it out there. But
I think I wrote down before the show, like you said, MVP for Giannis is contingent on the Bucks winning 50 to 55 games. And if they don't do that, he needs to be comically better than the rest of the league, which with how many top tier stars there are right now, that's not going to happen. And it's why he hasn't gotten an MVP since the 2020 season. There's just been more impressive players all around. So yeah, unfortunately, while I don't think he'll add MVP number 3 to his trophy room this year, I mean, he's a top 3, you could argue top 1 player in the world, and that's all you got to say about him.
Yeah, dude's elite. And speaking of the Mavericks, Nico Harrison fired today, guys. Just because they played him last night. Just because they played him last night. Yeah. And that kind of leads me to a little segment I wanted to get here. Who's next on the hot seat? We've got Brian Daboll was fired the other day. Nico Harrison was fired today in a meeting. I mean, Shams basically told him, "Hey, you're getting fired in this meeting at 10 a.m. today." I'd never seen that. That was insane. But I do want to get into, are these coaches / GMs on the hot seat now that we've got those two? For reference, Brian Daboll getting fired earlier this week. He had a 13-38-1 record since starting 7-2 in his first season. He was horrible. He just had turmoil throughout his tenure with assistants. This year was kind of a clown show, entering the medical tent, all that stuff. It was just like he was kind of due to be fired. I was surprised a name on this list wasn't also fired with that. And then obviously Nico Harrison, people are going to harp on that Luka Doncic trade where if they only get one first-round pick in 2029 back, they get AD and they get Max Christie. AD's been injured basically his entire time here. And people are asking for him to get traded so they can rebuild. But I also want to highlight a couple other Nico Harrison trades, a couple positive and a couple negative. So the PJ Washington trade, now you can kind of lump that in with the Luka trade. It was very good when it first happened. You know, PJ's been a huge part of this team, helped them reach the finals. But in that trade, it wasn't only Grant Williams, it wasn't only Seth Curry. They gave up a 2027 first-round pick. If this team ends up being, I don't know, like Cooper Flack can be who he can be, but in this league, in that West especially, you have no idea how good, like 1 or 2 stars isn't going to bring you to a top 6 seed in the West. So 2027 first-round pick could be something. It's top 2 protected, but I don't like that trade now. But But on the flip side, why Nico Harrison was a good GM, you got the Daniel Gafford trade where they basically did a one-for-one swap, him for Rashawn Holmes, and Gafford was a huge part of those
Can I
teams.
interject? Can I interject? That was
Please.
not a one for one swap for Rashawn Holmes.
Was it not? I looked it up.
The Mavericks gave the Wizards the pick that turned into one glorious player, Keyshawn George.
Keyshawn
So
George.
yeah, I'm gonna go out and say
Sorry.
that's not a one for one. Keyshawn
My
George
fault,
is already
Grady.
better than Daniel Gafford. I love the guy, but and it was a good trade for them. Look,
Yeah.
Keyshawn George probably wouldn't be contributing to the Mavericks right now. He'd probably be buried on the end of their bench because they wouldn't see his talent right away. Um, but yeah, I think that was a good trade. Sorry to interject. I just
No, no, you're
got
right.
to get
So
that
so
out.
again, that's I guess another kind of tarnish on Nico Harrison. And then
That's a
lastly, the
win-win.
Kyrie. Yeah, I guess it's a win-win. Yeah, because they made it to the championship. And then lastly, the Kyrie Irving trade. They give up Spencer Dinwiddie. They give up Jordan Finney-Smith, a 2027 second, and both their picks, first and second round picks in 2029. So, Nico Harrison brought them, helped build this championship caliber team and then kind of just broke it apart. And now, they don't have their pick in 2027. They don't have their pick in 2029. But anyway, this leads into the segment. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I thought you wanted to say something. Anyway, it leads into the segment. Who's next? I got four names here. You got to tell me, are they getting fired this season or are they sticking around? All right. First
Hero.
up, we have New York Jets coach, first year coach, Aaron Glenn.
He's sticking around.
I think
he's
for
sticking around.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Sticking
think for sure
around?
he stays. I
Yeah.
think for sure he stays this season. They definitely just want to give him this year, like as a defensive minded coach, their defense has been lackluster, but they're gonna let him continue. The roster sucks. Like
Yeah.
it simply sucks. And they just traded Sauce and they just traded Quinn Williams. So they're gonna be bad, but I think they knew that when they signed Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. I don't know. At 2-7, you're right. It just the fact that there hasn't been a huge culture change under him, I think that works against them. But they just traded their two top defenders. I think that works in his favor in the sense of like, dude, they can't really win. Like you don't expect much out of him. So I agree. I don't think he's gonna get fired. But one I really wanted to mention was Joe Shane. How the hell is he not gone with Brian Dable?
Yeah. How does firing a GM Nico Harrison has just happened to us. I won't even
Happened with
finish
the
that
Dolphins,
I
guys.
was gonna say the
It
Dolphins
did,
did
I
it and
yeah.
they
won't finish.
kept Mike
Yeah,
McDaniel.
I won't finish that sentence. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a Giants fan. I always thought that Joe Shane had a worse legacy than Brian Dable. I just think, I mean, Shane has not drafted well. This year looks like a good draft, but most of that is because of Jackson Dart, who was, pushed for by Brian Dable. Um, so like he's been fine the last couple years, but if you look at the Giants draft classes from 2022, but even more so 2023, like his 2023 draft class, there's not a single good player in there. He drafted Deontay Banks in the late first round. He sucks. He drafted John Michael Schmitz in the second round. He's like a bad starting center. Drafted Jalen Hyatt third round, bad wide receiver, and then drafted a bunch of guys in rounds 5 through 7 who are like, if not already out of the league, they're not contributors. So yeah, he deserves to go, and I think I'll speak for everyone as a Giants fan. He should go. I don't know if he will go though.
Yeah. And then this is, I guess, in that same sort of vein with the Mavericks, Jason Kidd. The locker room's kind of, people are saying it's in disarray. They had a historically bad offense, albeit in, the short, whatever, 5-6 games. But this team has just been pretty horrible. You wonder, he just did sign an extension, but is this one of those things where it's not as bad as Monty Williams, but is this just, hey, we gave you an extension, but we got to go in a different direction?
Yeah, I think maybe. I mean, in a press conference the other day, he didn't really address the situation like he should have. He said, "Well, the boat's not on fire. We're gonna be all right." And I think the boat is on fire. The team's horrible. AD's not playing. Cooper Flag's playing out of position. They don't really have a guard to handle the ball right now. D'Lo is playing terrible. So I think Jason Kidd definitely has some blame on him, and so I think they could go in another direction. I think after firing Nico Harrison, they could, but yeah, I think I lean towards they'll keep him, but
I think that they could keep him for a while, maybe get rid of him before the season ends. But I think that Jason Kidd is a good NBA coach. I just think that it's the hand that he was dealt this year, and the way that the Mavericks organization has just absolutely fumbled. It's not the coach's fault, and if they do decide to get rid of him, he's still a good coach. It's just the situation that happened. Like he can't control that.
Yeah. No,
They're
you're absolutely right.
they're also in a weird situation right now doing this two timelines thing where I mean, we don't have to talk about how crazy them getting Cooper Flag was. Like they they traded Luca to compete for a championship, which we all know is just stupid. But they still have Anthony Davis. They have an aging Klay Thompson. Um,
Sucks.
but they all, yeah, I mean, he's not very good. But then they've got guys who are kind of in their primes, like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, D'Lo for whatever he's worth. I'm probably forgetting about a few guys. But then you've also got this young core of like Derek Lively is a piece for the future. Obviously, Cooper Flag. So it's like you want to win now, but you also want to prioritize the development of these guys, which leads you to playing Cooper Flag at point guard, where he's probably not the most comfortable. And that's led to him not getting off to the best start. It's led to the team not getting off to the best start. So it's like they're putting pressure on him to win, but he's also not making the moves conducive to winning. So it really comes down to what the organization thinks is most important for them going forward and whether they think he's the guy to develop Cooper Flag. Because that's the real direction of this team. Like they're not winning a championship with Anthony Davis at the helm. They're just not. So
No.
yeah, it really comes down to whether you think Kidd is the guy to develop him. And although Kidd's a good coach, I think he should go just because he seems more of a guy who would be on a best on a winning team and like a more like structured situation.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if ownership keeps him around because they don't want to eat that check, right? Or because it was said that they were worried about paying Luca that supermax. So it's like, all right, now are we gonna complain about having to pay Luca the supermax and get rid of him, and then we're gonna just eat however much money's left on Kid's contract? I don't know if if their egos are that big, or if Kid turns it around, or if they think he's the guy. But yeah, I could definitely see him going as well. And then the last name on the list is Grizzlies coach Tomas Izalo, who came in last year after the Taylor Jenkins firing, kind of because Ja wanted to run a different system. And now Ja, you saw his big outbursts earlier in the year. Just ask the coaching staff, man. Like, oh, why aren't you happy? Why'd you whatever? Ask the coaching staff. So I wonder if Izalo is next to go, if not Ja.
I think Ja goes before
I
Isalo. I
agree.
think
I
Ja
agree too.
essentially got the last coach fired, which was not a really smart move in my opinion.
No.
And yeah, I mean, I think at this point the Grizzlies aren't winning. John Morant, it seems like the John Morant era has peaked, and he's clearly not happy in the situation. So I think we definitely see Ja get moved before we see the coach get fired. Not to say that those two things are mutually exclusive, but yeah, I don't think he's going to get fired like immediately.
Yeah, I
I
agree with
actually
that
disagree.
point.
I think Izalo's going
Oh,
before Ja.
really? Well,
Yeah, I
not
think he's going before
live
Ja.
update. They are losing by 24 to the New York Knicks right now,
Yeah.
presumably to fall to 4-8. So, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe,
I just
man.
think I just think it's easier to get rid of the coach and blame the coach than it is to find a trade partner for Ja, get excited about a deal, get the fans excited. Like, despite how tumultuous his time has been, right? With all the stupid stuff he's done and all the just everything, right? He does put butts in seats. He sells jerseys. He's a high flyer. People love to watch him. I don't know. I think Isolo. My guess is Isolo goes sooner rather than later, and I think he goes before Ja does.
Really good point.
To move on from that, guys, around the league, there have been some free agent signings that have been pretty key for teams so far this season. And I just wanted to kind of shout out my personal favorite player that switched teams this offseason, and that's Norman Powell for the Heat. The Heat, that win against Cleveland with the Andrew Wiggins dunk was unbelievably fun to watch. And Norman Powell this year on the 7-4 Heat team, who have looked to have their best year post Jimmy Butler, even though Jimmy Butler was traded last year. Like they looked terrible last year. Now they look good. Norman Powell is averaging 23 on 46, 46, 94 splits. So he's been shooting the ball well, and he's been being everything and more that the Heat could have wanted as they took a gamble for him. And it's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
they
that Heat team
totally.
has really looked good.
Oh, yeah, Kobe.
No, yeah, great, you go.
They totally won that trade. I mean, yeah, they gave up like Kevin Love and like they gave up basically nothing to get him. Now, that might have been tied to his salary. Like I know the Clippers wanted to move on. They wanted to get a better fit in John Collins. Um, it was kind of a win-win-win on all sides, but especially the Heat. They just kind of lucked into Norman Powell. And yeah, I mean, he's someone who's fit in a playoff setting might be come into question a little bit. He's like a 6'3" small forward essentially. Um, but I mean, the Heat have one of the best offenses in the league right now, if not the best. I've got the stats pulled up right now. Okay, they're 10th in offense right now. That's worse than I thought, but they've
Top 10 in
looked,
offense, though.
yeah, they've looked phenomenal
Yeah.
to start the year. And yeah, Norman Powell, that was a big win at the time, but he's living up to it even more so.
Big catalyst.
So do you guys want to talk about general award predictions for the season so far?
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Absolutely.
think
Pete,
we could do that quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I think like talking about awards this early is a bit you know, we don't need to go too into detail is what I'm saying. Just give our
Right.
picks, maybe.
We already kind of talked about MVP for
Yeah.
all of us, so we can kind of shift to, like most improved coach of the year. So I mean, Pete, do you want to start with people that you think are?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so for most improved, I have Giddey down right now. I think Josh Giddey's playing very, very good. He's definitely stepped into that role as the number one guy on Chicago. And Chicago's also playing really good basketball right now. So right now he's my pick, but I also put down guys' names like Ryan Rollins. I mean, he's improved a lot. And also this award has turned a lot into like, I think a lot of people say this now, but this award has turned into like these high picks. And then
Yeah.
it's almost guys just going to where they're supposed to go. Like Ja won the award and Julius Randle won the award. All these guys who were like top 10
Maxey.
picks. Yeah, Maxi. So like a fun pick would be like Ryan Rollins. I think he's really improved, especially since his first year. Not many people know his name. Not many people know who he is. So I think he should get some love. Jalen Duren's also improved a lot. So those would be my top guys for that award.
no Denny love, Pete.
You know, I'll give some love to Denny. I do love Denny Advia, and he's playing very well as well. So thank you for giving him credit. I apologize for not naming him. Grud, I
Former
apologize.
Wizard.
I know he was a wizard.
I don't really care.
Grud, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
the thing
Calm down,
I'll
please.
I'll
Calm
say this
down.
about Denny. Denny, if there was let's say there was like a most improved over the last 3 years award, Denny would be running away with that right now because he has been like a finalist or in contention for most improved player. If he keeps this up for the 3 seasons in a row, he was like not a good player for his first 3 seasons with the Wizards. His last season with the Wizards, then he breaks out. Then with the Blazers, he gets even better. And this year, he's like looking like an all-star. So yeah, it's just the year-over-year improvement each year. It's been consistent, but it hasn't been enough to like win most improved, if that makes any sense.
No, this could definitely be the year, especially, I mean,
It could.
yeah, Pete, with Josh Giddey. Giddey's been amazing. The Giddler, people are loving him. I mean, he's kind of, shrugged off that bad aura he had about him the bad like rep, right?
Yeah,
Just as an
we don't need
NBA
to talk about
player.
that.
No, but sorry, just as an NBA player in OKC where they're like, yeah, we can't win with them, and then they make the trade for Alex Caruso, which is obviously, one of those seems like one of those win-wins where Caruso was integral for that championship run, guarding Jokic in that semifinals, are just like amazing stuff. And then on the other end with Giddey, he's blossomed into this amazing player. So I do think, yeah, I think you're right with Giddey there. Ryan Rollins would be a really cool one because he's less known. I was really hoping it was going to be Tamani Kamara this year, but
Mm. Yeah, he
Denny
hasn't.
stepped up.
Yeah, Kamara hasn't improved the way you'd hope, but he's still playing all right.
He's still, and, he's getting shots up. I love what Tiago Splitter's done. He's just like, all right, guys, we're going to run the shit out of this ball. We're going, we're
Yeah.
going, and we have good defenders, so we just got to hope that the other team can't keep up with us.
I'll say Jalen Duren as my pick right now because I think the spirit for most improved should be somebody who doesn't really change in their role year over year or doesn't change in their minutes necessarily, and they really improve. And he's had the numbers to improve to win most improved. Um, and that's most indicative of like actual improvement. Where like Ryan Rollins, he's just getting more opportunity and he's doing really good, but I think Jalen Duren would be like the most spirit of the award pick right now for me.
I would agree with Grud. I personally switched from Giddy to Duran like literally right before the show started. And to go on to what he said about the minutes, he's averaging only 3 more minutes per game so far this season than last season, but his impact has been felt tremendously more. So to me, to add on to what Grud said about what the award should indicate, I think I agree, and that's why I picked Duran.
Love it.
Yeah. If we're gonna shift over to, I'll shift over to Rookie of the Year next.
Please.
Before the show, I wrote down Edgecombe, and he started off the year really good, and then I was just looking more into him. And in November, in the past 5 games, he's really struggled shooting the ball. He hasn't done as well. He just hasn't done as much. I think that's Embiid coming back to play more minutes. I think that's Oubre has been shooting the ball really well. Quentin Grimes is having a great season in his own right. I think he should get some love. So I'm going to shift over to Con Knipple. I think he's having a really great
Hmm.
season. He's shooting the ball for over 40%. Obviously, we're only 10 games in, but he's averaging 16 points. I think he's having a big impact on that Hornets team, which started off kind of hot, and now they're cooled down to, I think, where they should be. I was never really high on the Hornets. I don't really like them. I don't like Miles Bridges for obvious reasons. I
Yeah.
don't like LaMelo Ball. I don't think he plays the game the right way. He's too flashy. But I think Conca having a great season. Him and Brandon Miller will be a fun duo to watch for the future. So I have Conca.
I like that pick. Yeah, Knipple has really stepped up in a bigger role. I know like LaMelo missed a game I think last night, and Con almost dropped a triple double. I think the player comparison of like insert white guy shooter before the draft was pretty lazy. Like it was pretty clear that Khan had more than that in his bag. And for him to be showing that 10 games into his NBA career is pretty cool. So yeah, I like that pick. Honestly, I think it'll probably end up being flag. Like,
Yeah.
but I like considering other options.
Yeah, I'm with you, Grud. I agree with that. I think it's going to end up, it's going to wind its way around, and people, oh, Edgecombe starting off the year well.
Yeah.
Oh, Con Knipple looks good.
It's like
Um,
when Wemby was a rookie, they said like, "Oh, Chet looks like rookie of the year instead," and like, no, he wasn't. Like, he'll figure
yeah,
it out.
yeah, exactly. Bro,
I also had Concanepo currently,
Wow.
but that's just based off what we've seen so far. I think the Mavs are too much of a mess for Cooper Flag to really shine in his rookie year, but I do think he'll be the best player in the draft class, yeah, as history will say. But right now, I have Concanepo in my award for rookie of the year. But my sixth man, I don't know if this is a different take for me, but I've watched the Celtics play, and Anthony Simons has been a very key piece
Great
off the
season.
bench for a pretty mid Celtics team this year with no Tatum. So I think that he has been what we've kind of hoped he would be from Portland, just a scorer off the like that we can use off the bench, and he's been filling in that role really well, averaging 15. So I have him right now for my sixth man.
I think that's biased because I am loving Jaime Jaquez for the Heat, man.
Hmm.
I mean,
True.
as much as listen, Anthony, I agree. Anthony's had a great season, but dude, Jaquez has just been different. And granted, this is without Tyler Hero, but he is just putting up numbers. He's contributing to winning ball. Like, yeah, man, I love the way Jaquez has been playing at UCLA. Came out late. I think he stayed all 4 years there.
Yeah.
He was this powerhouse, and you kind of just wondered, like, all right, is he going to reach what he can reach in the NBA? And right now, he's showing a lot of prowess on the court. So I'm loving Jaquez for this award. 11 games, no starts. He's averaging some pretty good stats. So yeah, man,
Had a
I do
big
like the
night for
Anthony
you in
pick.
fantasy last year or last night.
37 and a half fantasy points on Sleeper,
Yeah,
baby. Lock
man.
that one in.
I'm gonna go. I like AJ Mitchell for this award. AJ
That's
Mitchell.
it.
No, I mean,
All
like
right,
I'm
moving on.
looking at the odds. Jaquez is the betting favorite right now. Jaquez has been a great player. I'm just not sure the numbers will stay as high as they are. Nor is it guaranteed that AJ Mitchell's numbers will stay as high as they are. I just think I'm really high on AJ Mitchell, man. He looks like a I tweeted out on my Twitter account that I tweet into the void. Nobody interacts with them. I retweeted a post of AJ Mitchell highlights. I said, why he moving like a taller Jalen Brunson? Like he is so smooth with the ball.
Very skilled.
I really like AJ Mitchell. And I think being on like a winning team like the Thunder, he'll get the national media attention. And if he hasn't woken up people right now, he sure will as the season goes on. He's a guy who could put up 25 if he's given the touches. And yeah, I think if he keeps up the production when J-Dub is back, that's my sixth man of the year.
Like
Connor, you can go first. Oh no, you already went. You
For
said Anthony
I
Simons,
I
right?
did already go. Yeah,
So it's on to me. All right.
it is.
So I think I'll go with my
Appears to
guy
be.
Quentin Grimes that I was giving a little bit
Mm.
of love. He's averaging 17, 4, and 4 right now, 40% from three, zero starts. Um, the 76ers are playing well. He's their force off the bench. Before the season, I think, and me and a lot of other people would have said DeAndre Hunter, but he started every game this season. And
yeah.
it was actually funny. I saw him for the first time ever play in a Cleveland game the other day against the Bulls. I'd never seen him play with Cleveland because he's always injured. But it was a lot of fun. He broke Giddy's ankles, and he was amazing. I was like, I wish I could watch this guy all the time. But every time I tune
Did
into a
you
Cleveland
not?
game, he never plays.
He played in the playoffs last year.
Good. Good
It's,
stuff. Good.
Pete, I think a big thing, the reason he's starting is with Strus out. You wonder with Strus back,
Yeah.
Dr.
can Hunter keep
Strus.
this job or I don't know. Strus kind of. I mean, DG's out too.
Yeah, Garland was out as
Back.
well. But
Yeah,
I watched that game. Hunter was really, really good. Obviously, this is 6 man segment, but I want to give DeAndre Hunter some love. I think he had 28 that game. He broke Giddy's ankles in one of the best
Oh,
plays of
that
the
was
season, and then
bad.
he
Mhm.
dunked on Pat Williams. So
That was
yeah.
really
DeAndre
bad.
Hunter.
Oh,
But I
speaking
got
of dunks,
KG.
did you guys see that freaking Kate Cunningham dunk on I forget who the hell it was on. Was it on like Drummond or something? He blows by Kelly Oubre and then just yams it on Drummond. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch that fucking dunk. I mean, it was insane. Like that poster was ridiculous. And then on like the next play, Tyrese Maxey's like, all right, you're gonna do that. And then he yams one down on the fast break on the other end. It was like they were trading like jabs, punches, man. I loved it. It's a great game.
You want to talk about dunks? How about Cam Whitmore last night on our
Yeah, I
sixth
was
man
gonna
of the
mention
or
Oh,
that.
on our
Yeah,
bro.
most improved player? We were
That was
doing our
insane.
rehearsal podcast last night, and I was watching the game on this other screen, and I had to gasp. I said, "Oh my God!" Like I just glanced over and saw that. That was a ridiculous dunk. But Cam Whitmore, he's not winning any awards this year,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no, I saw that play today, Crud, on Instagram, and I was like, that's what Crud was making the face to
Oh
because
my
yes, last
God.
night you didn't allude to what it
Yeah,
was, but I know now
yeah,
that's what you made the yeah.
crazy stuff.
So
filthy
let's make
dunk.
the pivot to coach of the year. I got Mitch Johnson from the Spurs. I think the Spurs are playing some great ball this season. De'Aaron Fox back from injury. He's had a great first couple games back, but I think Mitch Johnson, he's had a great season for the Spurs. The Spurs are really rolling. So I'll go with that.
Pop's replacement.
Grant,
I'll
how
go
about you?
I'll go Spoelstra right now. Spoelstra has transformed this offense. They are not a really talented roster on paper, and they're playing without their all-star guard, Tyler Hero. And as we said, they're a top 10 offense in the sport. They're 7-4. Um, I mean, Spoelstra's an all-time great coach. We all know this, but I think it'd be cool to see him win another Coach of the Year this late in his career. If the Heat do maintain like a 50 win pace, which is unlikely, I'll admit, but right now, if the season ended today, I might go Eric Spoelstra or JB Bickerstaff. That's the Pistons coach.
It's a good pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's usually like most wins in the league from a team that wasn't expected to do good. Like that's usually Coach of the Year formula.
Yeah. Yeah, I love those picks. I was definitely between Mitch Johnson and JB Bickerstaff. I just think that Mitch Johnson is probably going to bring the Spurs further to more wins.
Yeah.
Despite, I think Bickerstaff is an amazing coach. I think he's going to coach them to a top 3 seed. I just think that with Wemby, just the way he utilizes that team, Stephon Castle has taken such a big step. De'Aaron Fox just came back. The Spurs are amazing. The Spurs, way too early championship predictions. I have them up there with the Thunder. I just think the way they play, that the fact that Wembanyama is like one of the most unstoppable players just due to his height and just the way he moves. I don't know. I got Mitch Johnson, and I do think the Spurs can make a run despite the Thunder still being this phenomenal team. I like the Spurs, man. Give me Mitch Johnson.
So for me, if you asked me after 5 games, I would have said Billy Donovan because the Bulls have been a surprise. But I also agree with what you guys say. So I'm going to throw in a different name, and that's JJ Redick, who the Lakers are, I believe they're on top of the West right now. Oh, no, they're
7-3.
They're third.
8-3, sorry. Fourth.
OKC.
Fourth.
That's a shoe.
Okay, I forgot OKC was number 1, obviously. But I mean, I don't think the Lakers were expected to be as good as they have been this year, especially because LeBron hasn't even played yet. So I think it's a credit to Redick's coaching, and also Austin Reeves has been unreal. But yeah, I got JJ Redick as my other pick, besides from obviously Mitch Johnson. That was my original selection.
I love it. LeGoat, dude. And speaking of, the older generation, I got a little mini game for us. If you guys are down, I'm going to give you guys 9 names. These are the most points scored in the 2010s. You have to discern from these 9 names, eliminating one by one, who scored the most points out of these 9 in the 2010s. We're going to start with Grud, then we're going to go to Pete, then we're going to go to Connor, and keep going until either A, you get to the last guy, or B, you eliminate the guy who scored the most points. These are the names in alphabetical order. You've got Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony, Dame Dalla, Dirk, D. Wade, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, LaMarcus Aldridge, and last but not least, Golden State Warriors legend, Milwaukee
Traylon
Bucks,
Burks.
2K13 legend, Monte Ellis is the last name on this list.
Oh my God.
So,
It might be Monte.
Grud, you go first.
I wouldn't want to be first here.
I mean, I think Monte Ellis is the obvious omission, but I'm gonna go a little. I mean, this is also obvious. It's not Klay. Let's get that out of the way.
It is not Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, almost 12,000 points in the 2010s. By the way, for those watching, this is between 2009-10 season to the 2018-19 season. But yeah, 11,995 points Klay scored over those 10 years. Pete?
Yeah, this is very stressful, man. I mean, I'm looking at all these names. I feel like any of them could have done it. I really want to take the easy way out and pick Monte Ellis, but I don't want to be wrong with Monte Ellis. I feel like that'd be horrible. You know what? No, I'm going to do it. Monte Ellis, cross him off.
Monte Ellis, despite not having really played all the 2010s, he's not the last on this list. He comes in with 11,142 points in the 2010s.
Jesus.
Yeah. So everyone on this list, by the way, scored at least 11,000 points in the 2010s.
Wow. My heart tells me to get rid of Kyrie because I feel like I'm gonna get rid of Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving, championship winner in the 2010s, drafted in 2011. Kind of your safe 11,294 points in the 2010s.
Great job.
Yeah, that's easy. All right, so
Oh, it's correct.
yeah, it's me. Ooh. It's
Dude,
weird that
these are big hitters, man. These are some heavy names.
It's just weird that one of these is it. Okay.
Oh, and by the way,
true.
I didn't use names like LeBron, Steph. Like these are just kind of these
among
names.
the
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I thought this was
these
number
9.
one.
My fault.
Gotcha.
Among these 9.
Okay.
I didn't want to. Yeah.
That changes
obvious.
things. That changes things.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I should have prefaced. But yeah, this is just among these 9 who had the most.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bold one. I'm gonna say it's not Anthony Davis.
That would have been my pick.
I was gonna go there as well.
Anthony Davis, 2012 number 1 overall pick, the savior.
That's the reason
for the New Orleans Pelicans. Isn't last on this list with 11,059 points.
He's in last.
Let's go.
He was last out of this whole list.
Availability. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about with all these names that AD was last.
Yeah.
Some great names, though.
All right.
They're still, these are heavy hitter names.
And you guys can, by the way, you're working together. You can converse with each other.
No.
But Pete, you're the ultimate. You're the ultimate authority.
This is a competition.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a madman, but I'm in between Dirk and Wade right now.
I'm not gonna say.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki, our first guy that scored over 12,000 points. 12,476. He's not the number 1 scorer on this list.
All right.
I'm really wrong.
That was
risky. That was my next cross off. I'm between Melo and Wade right now. I think sneakily LaMarcus Aldridge could be the number 1 on this list. I'm gonna get rid of. I just feel like Melo slowed down. Personally,
I'm excited.
No, okay. We'll get rid of LaMarcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge, all-star, wonderful center. The best ability is availability.
He was number 1.
2010s. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in at number 1 with 15,213 points in the 2010s. Melo was number 2. 14,000.
I would have gone Melo.
I thought Melo was 1.
Yeah. I was shocked.
I was surprised.
Melo was not Melo.
I thought D Wade was going to be higher up.
Nah, because D Wade. Think about it. When D Wade, when LeBron got there, even like the later years of LeBron being there, D Wade had fallen off kind of. Like, all right, he was still an all-star, but like. He was more of like a 20 a game guy than he was like a 30 a game guy, back in his prime in like the late aughts. But
because Aldridge didn't really slow down until like 2020.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not
on his Spurs days. He was still over 20 points.
I'm not surprised by Aldridge. Like he's just rock solid. And you guys are big Aldridge fans. I always say the Alexander,
big LA.
That
we got
Spurs LaMarcus Aldridge shirt.
We got 2 of them, Rod. We got 2 of them.
They own 2 of them, and it'd be concerning if they didn't, because boy, was that in the rotation a lot for these 2 fellas back in those days. I'd be are you washing that thing a lot? There was 2 of them.
The other names on the list, Damian Lillard was. So the last names you had, you left the top 4. So it
Oh,
was
okay.
That's
Okay.
good.
LA with
No.
15,213, Melo with 14,783, D Wade was number 3 with 13,243, and Dame Dalla just under 13,000, 12,909. But you guys have a shot of redemption here. All right. I have another one.
Please.
Here we
We've
go.
got,
We'll play one more.
this is, again, alphabetically. You have to guess the number one in this list of 9 three-point shooter, as in three-pointers made since the 2019-2020 season. Here are your names. Anthony Simons, who we were just talking about, CJ McCollum, D'Angelo Russell, Dante DiVincenzo, Gary Trent Jr., The Beard, James Harden, Jordan Poole, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Bulls legend, Zach LaVine. Pete, we're gonna start. Pete, we're gonna start with you.
Can you
Oh,
repeat the prompt, please? Most 3-pointers made?
This is the most three-pointers made since 2019, 2020 under these 9 players. Which of them made the most threes? We're eliminating them one by one.
This is a scary one, man. I mean, my mind immediately goes to Anthony Simons, and he might play a lot of games, to be honest.
You know he's not number 1 though.
Yeah.
Hey, Grud, calm down.
Like, come on.
You know,
Just wanna think
fine, I'll do it. Anthony Simons.
Anthony Simons is not. He's actually one of 2 guys in this list that hasn't made 1,000 since 2020. Everyone else,
Yeah, I was so sure.
besides Simons, and someone else, or over 1,000.
Now's it go to me.
Yep, you're up, bro. Don't mess
I'm
this
cut-
one up again.
I'm cutting D'Lo. I'm cutting
D'Angelo
D'Lo.
Russell just squeaks by 1,000, 1,002. He's out of here. Grud.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get Dante DiVincenzo out of here. That's not him.
3-point leader, number 1. Was he a 3-point leader? I know he was top 3 a couple seasons ago.
I think he was
his year on the Knicks. His year on the Knicks.
His year on the Knicks. He is last on this list.
Yeah, because
Wow.
he didn't get much
This is
burn.
This is since 2017, no?
Nope.
2020, Pete.
2020.
Excuse me.
Because
2019,
DiVincenzo, I was looking at his career actually on Basketball Reference recently. I don't know why, but he didn't really get a lot of burn until the Knicks year, and that was the only season where he was like really jacking threes at a high rate. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate Tim Hardaway.
Wow. Tim Hardaway Jr., 3-point specialist. Over 1,100 threes since 2020, Pete. Former Knicks legend. 1,127. He is eliminated. He's not number 1.
Yeah.
What number was he? Can you say or no?
Number 3.
Wow,
That's
really?
crazy.
I didn't expect
He was up
that
there.
at all.
He's been.
That's all he
consistent.
does.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
It's the only reason
Listen,
he's
some
got a
game
job.
he'll go off for like 8 threes, and the next he'll have 0. Like the next 3, he'll have 0.
I think I know who the number 1 guy is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I mean,
think
last time you said it, and then you voted him out.
I think I know as well.
I'm not gonna like jinx myself. I'm gonna get rid of Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole eliminated at 1,035.
That's
Ready?
valid. Oh, okay. All right. So we're at McCollum, Trent Jr., Harden, and Levine.
Mhm.
Trent Jr. is tough because, like, obviously he's the worst player among these guys, but he's a high volume 3-point shooter. But, like,
It's like Hardaway.
yeah, I don't know.
That's all he does.
Is all he does.
Trying to think.
Do it.
McCollum is in contention for number 1 for me. Yeah, my gosh.
Dude, it's tough. Final
Yeah,
four.
I'm hesitating on Gary Trent. I feel like there's some games being played. Zach LaVine would be my pick just because he gets injured a decent bit, but when he's healthy, that's a good pick. All right, Gary Trent Jr. Tell me he was number one.
I
The
think you're
only
right, Greg.
three-point specialist left on the list, Grunt. It's all he does, as Pete said. But you're still alive. Gary Trent is fifth
Yeah.
on the list.
Attaboy.
He had some years where he wasn't really getting burned.
No, yeah, but I mean, I was surprised to see him as high as he was. But I
Yeah.
guess he wasn't getting much burn. I think he was injured for a little bit. But yeah, Pete, you got three names left.
Now,
Who you leaning, man?
yeah, and this gets very interesting because all three of them have injury history within the past 5 years, I would say. Maybe not Harden as much, but I know Levine missed a good chunk of time. I think CJ missed a good chunk of time. This is very interesting, man. For some, I think I've been wanting to. Oh no, I'm gonna cut CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum, man. He's missed some time. Not as much as Zach LaVine, who was our number 4 player. Has missed more time than James Harden, but has made 12
way.
more threes than him to come in at number
I
one.
knew it. I knew it.
CJ McCollum.
He's a sniper. That's all he does, pretty much.
Why didn't you say it, Grunt?
You weren't very receptive to my advice last time.
I thought it was going to be
That's on
Levine.
me.
I thought it was going to be Levine. I'm not going to
I
lie.
thought it was gonna be Levine, and then I thought about the history. So then I was like, "Oh, it's hard."
Yeah, LaVine 1102, Harden 1183, and CJ McCollum nearly 1200, 1185.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Gosh, we stink
Yeah,
at this game.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I mean, you
improved.
guys got to the top like 3,
Pete.
4 both times.
P and I are 1-1. Grud's 2-0. We're keeping that throughout this show. We're keeping the record.
Yeah, man. No, I'm happy about it.
Pete, did you have a keep 3 cut 5 for NBA?
No. I think Grunt, did you have one?
Wait, who had the?
I did have one. Do we want to
Yeah,
do
go
it
ahead.
today
Hit
or
us with
save
it.
it for the next
Yeah.
one?
Let's do it today.
We do it today.
Let's do it
All
quick.
right. All right. So, yeah, so I didn't realize we were sharing the topic before, right? Like the
What's that?
category. Yeah, so I was assuming you guys didn't know the criteria, but it's fine. It still works. So, right here I have the top 8 players in blocks per game that are qualified per game wise right now.
Okay.
So, and I'll say this. So, like, it's not because I had the blocks per game thing, but I left off Maxi Kleba because he played 1 game and he got 2 blocks. I took out Walker Kessler, who was top 8, but he's out for the season. So, and I think outside of that, I don't think I omitted anyone.
Do you want us to rank them based on if they're top 3 in blocks or just if we want them as a player?
If you want them as a player.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the first name, and this is out of order, by the way. So like Wemby is not the first name, despite being the number 1 in blocks. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first name on this list, Rudy Gobert, keep or cut?
All right. Well, now we know Wemby's going to be on this list.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
think that was a
you-
giveaway.
Yeah.
You could have guessed
Um,
it anyway.
Cut.
He's averaging
I-
4 blocks a game.
Cut.
Yeah. I mean, you got to cut Rudy. I'm
Cut.
thinking best shot blockers out there.
And we're
He's
just
like fully
talking.
bald now too.
Are we just talking blocking shots here?
No, we're
not-
talking about as players.
Oh, cut.
So total player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like offensively too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think defensively you got to keep Gobert, but offensively, I just don't think he's offering you enough. I'm trying to think who else. Like Wemby, you got to keep. I think Duran might be top 5. I'd rather have Jalen Duran right now.
I don't know if he's a shot blocker like that.
I feel like Gobert's defense
It's just that good.
is like he really does make the Timberwolves defense a lot better.
He does, dude, but I feel like there's a stigma against Gobert, which makes me want to keep him. But I'm cutting him. I think we're getting better names.
I'm part of that stigma. Cut him.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Guess we're
Rudy
cutting
Gobert
Rudy.
has been cut. So the next name on this list, Isaiah Beef Stew Stewart.
That's a cut as well.
That's
That's
an auto.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
This is
Beef
gonna be like
Stew was
football.
on this.
Beef
It's gonna be
Stew's
like
up
football,
there,
4 in a
man.
row.
Beef
4 in a
Stew's
row.
up there. All right, next
my
name on the
God.
list. This is gonna have more banter, but given your answer on Rudy Gobert, I think I know what the answer is gonna be. Miles Turner.
He's worse than Gobert.
He's worse than
He's
Gobert.
Like
dude,
you
but
can't argue he's
dude,
better
he
than
just
Gobert.
was in the championship. He has an offensive
Come
game.
on, he was terrible in the championship.
Sure, dude, he was terrible, but he helped get him there. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm
Who else-
kind of on
who
the side
else
of
could
keeping
be on
Miles
this?
Turner
Turner.
over Gobert is a.
Who
Yeah,
else
now
could
we
be
have
on
to
this
think
list?
strategically. Like we
No
messed up with
Wemby.
Gobert.
Yeah,
We
we
know
messed up with
Wemby's
What's
here.
with you and your stigma?
I was the only one
Again,
that was for Gobert.
Yeah, it's
so.
2v1. You guys could have overridden me, but you said no.
Oh
So
man,
I
I think we have to keep
this
Turner
might be
now.
a keep.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
which
oh,
name?
man.
What
yeah,
number name is
you know
this?
what? I'm gonna make
This
it
is number
unanimous.
3.
I'm gonna say keep him too.
All right,
This
we're
is number.
keeping
This is the
Miles
third
Turner.
name.
Third
Okay.
name. There's 5 more. You know who one of them is. The next name on the list, I might not even say the name you guys are probably gonna cut. J
Cut.
Tough. J Tough.
Yeah.
Backboard
Straight cut.
backward. J
You know,
Tough backwards dunk.
He's
Huff.
the best. He's the best reverse dunker I've ever seen in my entire life. But that's
Besides
about
me.
all he could do.
Yeah.
And block shots apparently.
Block
2
shots
blocks a
apparently.
game right now. 2 blocks a game right
That's
now.
incredible because I don't think he gets much run.
He doesn't.
No, the
Like
Pacers
Mitchell
really have to
Robinson,
figure out their
rookie.
center situation because Tony Bradley sucks. Jay Huff doesn't do anything but get block shots. No, but Tony Bradley's
Thomas
terrible.
Bryant
I just
go
want
is
to
terrible.
throw that in there.
Yeah,
Tony,
letting Thomas
Tony
Bryant
Bradley's
go.
horrible.
Shout out
Thomas
Tony
Bryant's a beast. I mean,
Yeah, he
can't
got played
play
off the
defense,
floor in the
but-
playoffs. Tony Bradley did, but
Yeah, they went with him over Bryant in the finals. Says something.
yeah.
Anyway, Jay Huff, don't need to deliberate on that. Next one, we're gonna go a favorite of mine, Alex Sarr. Believe number 3 in
That's
blocks right
This
now.
is a very frisky name, guys.
Yeah,
He's been playing pretty well this year.
What we've cut 3. We've
He's
kept
better than
3.
Turner this year.
oh yeah,
And we kept Turner. Did we
Oh,
keep on
yeah.
Turner?
We did keep
Oh,
Turner.
yeah.
Shane. You said it. I said let's not do it.
No, you were the catalyst.
Well, I said we need to take him.
Oh shit. Yeah, dude,
think we
but
take
you got to think,
Sarr.
right? You got to think. Well, we've had 4 names. There are 4 left. One of them is Wemby. So we really have.
So if we take Sarr, then we're done.
There's
That's
3
what I'm
more
saying.
names.
That's what I'm saying. And I would rather not. I
there
would
could
rather
be
see
some
who's
good
left.
names than the rest,
Who-
though.
I would rather see who's left. I'm gonna cut.
Who? Who do you
I
think?
don't know. I'd rather see who's left.
Ro, what do you say?
There's a lot of good shot blockers out there.
I think I'm a gambling man, and I
Yeah.
think that we see what other names are out here. And if we lose, we lose. I mean,
All right,
We kind of already lost with Gobert, I guess.
Alex
right?
Alex Sarr gets cut. So
If he throws out Yusuf Nurkic, guys,
So-
I'll try to save
And
you.
to be fair, Alex Sarr has been really good this year. And like, if this was a list of just ranking how good these players are, like Sarr has been amazing.
yeah, yeah. All right, so you've cut Alex Sarr, which leaves you in a tough situation. You have to take 2 of the next 3 players. Thankfully, one of said 3 players is
Victor.
yes, Victor Wembanyama is our next name. Do we need
Let's
to
go to the next one. Go to the next
Yeah.
one.
go to
Keep
the
him,
next one?
keep
All
him.
right, all right,
Keep
all
him.
right. So
1-1, baby,
Okay,
just like in
there's-
football.
there's 2 names left. Do you want me to say both at the same time?
No.
No.
That's not how the
wait,
game
yeah,
works,
that's not how the
Brandon.
game works. Yeah, that's not how the game works. Okay, so the first name, Adem Bona.
Listen, Adem Bone has been really good this year, guys.
I like it.
I think we might have.
Cut.
He's a stocky
Guys,
center.
why did we do this?
Dude, we should have just kept Gobert and Sarr. Oh, man, I'm
Think the
pissed at
next-
myself.
I think the next
yeah.
name is going to be big here. We're going to win in the next one.
All right,
Trust,
so
boys.
so
Trust.
all right, so I just want to do my due diligence. Adem Bona is a cut. We're not keeping
Yeah.
Adem Bona.
cutting it.
No.
All
I
right,
think we're really
so-
thinking about it.
I think you guys will be pleased to hear that the last name is Ryan Kalkbrenner, rookie center on the Charlotte Hornets.
You know what, guys? You know what? You know what?
We should have taken Gobert, and I knew it from the start.
We should
I knew it from the start.
have taken Sar.
Alex
Yeah,
Sarr.
and Sar.
Why'd you
I'm
take
coping right now,
Miles
guys.
Turner? He's averaging like 11.
I said that. I said
Kalkbrenner, guys. Kalkbrenner's
no.
basically averaging a
Kalk-
double-double. Probably not. But
Kalkbrenner's decent. Alex
He's
Sarr is averaging 19, 9, and 4 with 2.5 blocks, which lands him on this list.
Yes, Kieran.
I actually didn't realize he was that good. I didn't realize he was
Kieran, you
that
got to
good
tap
with
into
stats.
Wizards
Yeah.
ball, dude.
He's the one good player, and Keyshawn's
Oh,
been
shit.
good too. But yeah,
You know what? Okay, that was a big mistake. I didn't realize how good Alex Sarr was.
Nah,
This year.
he's
I got to do my due
he's-
diligence.
Oh, he was
impressive.
pedestrian.
Thought he was
Wow.
just another guy, a jag, if you will. Well, that went
Jag.
pretty horribly. But
that
that's
was
the
the
fun of the
sound.
game. I thought I oriented the list in a good way, but you
That was
guys
good.
I knew from the start when you cut Gobert, because like I assumed you guys were thinking there were going to be guys like Mobley, Chet, Jaren Jackson, like the typical suspects on a block leaderboard. But none of those guys are there. Instead, you got Adem Bona and Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yeah.
I should have
just
put Jay. I
unfortunate.
should have put Jay Huff at the end. That would have been funny. Beef stew. That would have been funny.
Dude, Beef Stew. We should have taken him if we wanted just to fight people.
Beef stew, block shots, fight people, make an open
Yeah.
three. Love that guy.
Be tough.
That's
you know?
his strat.
I saw a tweet recently. It was like the Pistons are bringing back their 80s selves. Like they've got a guy that dribbles and Cade. They've got a guy that shoots. I guess Duncan Robinson. I don't know. And the rest of them fight people.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Oh man.
is that all we've got for today's show? It's been a long one.
I think that's all we got for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the first episode of Full Court Press Podcast. We truly had a blast, and we'll be back next week with more NBA and NFL talk. And always tune in to Jerry Legpiece, and then tomorrow from 4 to 5. What's the radio program, Kier?
Dude, it's WCHC.com. If you just click on the
Just
link
look
there.
up WC.
Worcester's only alternative source.
Only
It's
alternative
alternative
songs.
If you check it out on that, you can just look it up online, then click from 4 to 5.
Except
You could tune in. Yeah, me and other co-host Jake, that's the Full Court Press radio show.
Absolutely. So that's Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 5. And we'll be back next week with another episode of a full-length podcast. So thank you guys very much. And we're excited for the journey to come.
Goodbye.